Jeremy Cook joins us now from Bell Direct to tell us why. Jeremy, a very good finish. What was the main driver of the session? Well, today certainly.
Good afternoon, Bridie. Yeah, we had a great day on the local market today. We had a pretty good lead out of Wall Street overnight. We had some better than expected employment figures coming out, which led to an 80-point gain on the Dow overnight. Also, we had some pretty positive economic data coming out of China, with industrial production increasing by 12.3% in August, ahead of the expected 12%. And also, we had steel output increasing by 22%. So all signs there's no slowdown in the near future of their demand for raw materials. So all signs were pointing for a pretty good day on the local market. As I said, that's how it ended up, with the All Ords up 0.5%. Not surprisingly, with the news out of China, the major miners led the way today. We had BHP up 0.8%, Rio was up 0.6%. Both those stocks made gains on each day this week. We had United Group announcing they'd won a $165 million contract to work on the BHP iron ore operations up at Port Hedland. Its shares were up over 2%. Fortescue announced that they had settled their shipping dispute with Angelicousis Shipping Group for around $5.25 million US. Its shares were trading slightly lower, down by around 0.2%. All the major banks performed strongly today, led by ANZ, which was up by 1.7%. We heard from Consolidated Media, who announced they allowed 2 Seven Network nominees to join their board in exchange for Seven agreeing not to purchase any further stock in Consolidated Media. And as a result of that, I guess the expectation of a takeover in the near term has certainly died down. Pretty much why we saw Consolidated shares down 9%, while Seven shares bounced strongly, up around about 2%. Overnight, we had some pretty positive commentary surrounding oil demand for the remainder of the year. That led to the oil price gaining around 63 cents overnight. Oil Search responded quite well today, up around 2.8%. Woodside, though, was trading slightly lower, down 0.3%. Myer came out today announcing that it intended to list on the ASX at some stage this year. They also announced better than expected profit results for 2009 and said that they expect sales to increase by 3% over the next fiscal year, which I guess is in line with what we've seen so far this week, with consumer sentiment figures, as well as the retail sales figures, which showed that department store sales has held up quite well in recent times. David Jones, as a result, today was up around about 2.7%. Primary Healthcare also announced they had managed to refinance their $1.2 billion debt facility to allow them to fast-track the rollout of new clinics. Their share price was up 1.1%. So a good finish for the week for the local market. It was actually a good week with the All Ords putting on around 155 points.
Following 2 junior resource plays today who had very good performances, just tell us a bit more about what was behind that.
Yeah, firstly we had, I guess, Westgold Resources came out of a trading halt today. They had a significant upgrade of the potential of its copper and gold project located in the Rover Goldfields in Tennant Creek in the Northern Territory, which historically has been an abundant source of copper and gold. They had very encouraging drilling results in their western zone, which not only confirmed high-grade gold results, but also increased the prospect of finding further high-grade copper and gold intervals in that area. Westgold fairly well cashed up at the moment after raising around $5.7 million through a rights issue earlier on the year, and it's also located quite closely near existing infrastructure. So Westgold ticking a lot of boxes at the moment. Also, Adelaide Resources had a very good day today, and that was basically on the back of Westgold's announcement. Adelaide Resources has tenements located pretty much right next door to Westgold Resources, and whilst they haven't done any drilling of their own, the fact that they are located within a close proximity does indicate that results are likely to be fairly similar. Obviously, we've seen in recent times the gold price trading above the $1,000 US an ounce mark, and also